the Positive Thread podcast. I'm Heather McConaughey, registered nurse turned nutrition and mindset coach, podcast host, and inspirational speaker. I have a passion for empowering millennial women because, well, I'm the oldest of the millennials. Think of me like your big millennial sister, here to help you avoid all the mistakes that I made along the way and inspire you to dream big and achieve your goals. Every week, I'll bring you an interview, topic, or Q&A session that will inspire you to transform your body, mind, and soul so you can achieve your dreams and make a positive impact in the world. We believe that when women prioritize self-care, everyone wins. If that sounds good to you, you're in the right place. Are you ready? Let's start the show. Hi, on today's episode of the podcast, we're going to talk all about sleep, stress, and supplements. This past week, I talked to my clients, and a lot of them were struggling with stress and sleep. And I think so many of us are underestimating the impact that the chronic stress we're under and how it's impacting our lives. We just can't get away from the fact that we're all under chronic stress right now. Life is not normal. We are struggling with a pandemic. We're struggling with an election season. We're struggling with the passing of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Like, who else is sad about that? The notorious RBG. I absolutely love her. So we're under a lot of stress. And while it may not be as acute stress as being, in a war zone and being bombed, we are under stress. And stress impacts your sleep. So what I want to do in today's episode is talk about some strategies for navigating your stress, improving your sleep, and then I also want to give you a sneak peek into the supplements that I recommend to my clients and really give you some options for how to improve your metabolism, your sleep, your digestion, and your health with some really simple to use evidence-based supplements. So let's dive in. When it comes to sleep, it's foundational, right? It's foundational to our health. It's foundational to our well-being. It's how we recover from workouts. Our brains need sleep to recover from everything they're processing in a day. And the more stress you're under, the more quality sleep you need. Now, you don't necessarily need a ton more hours. Most adults do fine with anywhere from 6 to 8 hours a night. As long as you're getting what your body needs, you'll feel good. But you need quality sleep. And if you've ever had a night where you're tossing and turning in the sheets and it's so freaking frustrating that you can't fall asleep, I've been there with you. I have nights like that too. I've actually struggled with insomnia for a large part of my adult life. And so I have learned some different hacks that have helped me with my sleep. So one of the first things that I manage is my stress, because how stressed you are impacts your sleep. There's this concept that I learned that really helped me, which is being tense tired versus relaxed tired. And when I used to get home from hospital shifts, I was tense tired. So my body was exhausted from being on my feet all day. My brain was exhausted from focusing on my patients and making sure I didn't make any mistakes and moving super fast. But I was tense, so I wasn't really relaxed. And if you try to go to sleep and you're tense tired, you will struggle to fall and stay asleep. Now, relaxed tired is where you're physically exhausted, you're mentally tired, but your body is relaxed. Your mind is at peace. So if you find yourself tense tired as opposed to relaxed tired, you need to do some things to get yourself into that relaxed tired space. One of my favorite tricks is to take a hot bath, like a hot Epsom salt bath, or put a bath bomb in there and light some candles and play some relaxing music. Woo-wee! I used to do that after nursing shifts, and that would take me from tense tired to relaxed tired so quickly. And I used to drink wine in the bathtub and drink ice cream like out of the carton in the bathtub. And that was the way that I used to relax myself. But ultimately that didn't help my sleep either. It didn't help my body. It made me feel like crap. So bath time, I sound like a 2-year-old, but like bath time is really what saved me and helped me start living a much healthier evening routine. Other things you can do to improve your sleep in the evening are do like a gentle yoga class. You can do gentle stretching. You can listen to relaxing music, dim your lights, use blue light blocking glasses. These are very popular now, but there is a lot of research to support their use. Try to use them for those first few hours before bedtime, and they will really help improve your sleep. Let's talk about a few supplements that you can use to help optimize your sleep. So melatonin can be useful to optimize circadian rhythms, and it actually can also improve some of the antioxidant defenses in your body, and it can regulate some of the inflammatory markers that get released, and it can actually help improve body weight. So melatonin has multiple applications in the body. I recommend that you take 3 to 10 milligrams at night before bedtime. Now, magnesium is another supplement that I love to take in the evening, and I take 500 milligrams per night. Doesn't really matter what type of magnesium it is. I take a pill, and what it will do is it will make you have the best bowel movement first thing in the morning. Oh my God, I love my magnesium poops. Was that too much information? No, seriously, y'all. I love pooping in the morning when I take magnesium. I literally feel like I poop out 2 pounds of you know what, and it feels glorious. And my stomach's flat and my body feels lean. And then I hop on the scale and I see where I'm at with my goals, and it just makes me feel amazing. Okay. So if you're not taking magnesium and pooping like a champ in the morning, you need to add that to your life right now. I also recommend chamomile. So chamomile tea, super relaxing before bed. Now, I try to drink it 2 hours before I want to go to sleep, so I'm not waking up in the middle of the night and having to pee. Okay? Well, let's be honest. I still have to get up in the middle of the night and pee. If you're also in the midnight peeing club, raise your hand. Okay? All right, I see you. Okay, you can put your hand down now. So I recommend drinking it 1 to 2 hours before bedtime. Here's another trick. Don't fill up your cup with the full amount of water. Steep your tea bag in half a cup of water. It's still going to get really concentrated, and then you're going to get all the benefits of the herb with less water. So you won't have to pee as much. You can also use lavender. So you can actually take lavender flower capsules. You can take 500 milligrams of lavender flower capsules, but you can also inhale it as an aromatherapy oil vapor, or even drink lavender chamomile tea. That's another one of my favorite teas for winding down in the evening. What are some other things that we can do to reduce stress right now? Well, really focusing on what you can control versus what you can't control. And this is something that I keep coming back to, and it's not easy because a lot of us live in this illusion that we have more control than we do. Has anybody realized that they actually don't have that much control in life? I feel like this year really woke me up to that fact. Because I had grand plans for my life, I had a vision for how I was going to do things, and then pandemic life hit and everything just got messed up, to be honest. My plan for my life has gotten messed up, and I'm having to reevaluate and pivot and adapt. And I recently posted on my Instagram about this, and 2020 has really become the year of resistance, acceptance, and adaptation for me. And here's what I mean by that. I was thinking about my relationship to 2020 and, all the challenges I've encountered just in the past, 6 months, which is plague, all right, global plague, moving off an island, which has its own set of challenges, wildfires. Then I got to Oregon and we had massive wildfires with hazardous smoke for basically 2 weeks. And I've noticed there's a distinct pattern for how I move through these challenges. So step one is I always resist. Who else is with me? Who else has resisted this freaking year? Or maybe something specific this year? Whether it's resisting wearing a mask to a fitness class or the horrible smog resulting from the wildfires, resistance is how I start off each challenge before me. It was funny. I was talking to a potential Tinder date the other night. Pro tip, if you're single, always hop on the phone for 5 minutes before you invest an hour meeting somebody for coffee. You can learn so much about people in just a 5-minute conversation. One of the dating coaches I follow, Matthew Hussey, his advice is be generous with your minutes, but stingy with your hours. And I absolutely love that advice. Anyway, I was talking to this guy and he started the conversation by telling me how annoyed he was by having to wear a mask. And I wanted to be get over yourself. Wear the freaking mask. It's not that big a deal, okay? He is in resistance. He's in resistance to the rules and the expectations that are been placed on us in society right now to help stop the pandemic. So he's still in resistance. And when you're in resistance, guess what's present? Suffering. All right. So if you want less suffering in your life, you have to start letting go of resistance, which brings us to step 2, which is acceptance. So once you realize that resistance is doing nothing to change your situation, you can move into acceptance. Like, resisting isn't helping the situation. Resistance helps certain situations, like protesting against like injustice. Like, resistance is good. Viva la resistance, okay? But like, when it comes to most things in life, resistance is not actually something that's going to help you. Acceptance is the thing that's going to help you move into the next phase of your life. And while you may not like what's before you, learning to accept what's so will allow your suffering to dissipate. Which brings us to step 3. So the next and final phase is adaptation. So no longer simply accepting your fate, but starting to take active steps to improve the situation for yourself. And in this step, joy really becomes available, because the suffering is gone, and now you're in this new phase where you're like, okay, I'm going to make the best of this situation. I'm going to adapt. And when you adapt, you draw on your stores as a human being. We all are so much stronger than we think we are. Like, I hope this year has proven that to yourself, that you are strong as hell. And like, if you're still standing during this year, like, you are freaking strong. I want to read something to you that I think is not only hilarious, but really true. And it was something that one of my clients sent me. Megan, if you're listening, thank you for sending this to me. And it's a conversation between God and the angel Gabriel. And God says, Gabriel, have you finished setting up future events for the 2020s? Gabriel answers, yes, God, I have. Oh, wait, did you say 2020s plural, as in a decade? God, of course, what else? Gabriel, I thought you meant 2020 the year. God, you put a decade worth of history in 1 year? Gabriel, yes. God, well, shit. Doesn't that just like perfectly sum up your experience of 2020? I don't know about you, but that's like how I feel. It's all Gabriel's fault. He made a mistake and put a decade's worth of history in 1 year. Okay, so the next time you're struggling with something before you, I want you to remember resist, accept, and adapt as your pathway through your challenge and how to get out of suffering. Let's talk about some more supplements that can help you. You know, supplements are great because they're a way for you to optimize your body. It's something that you do have control over. And all of these supplements that I recommend are supplements that are research-based, and I've read research journal articles on them. So 5 supplements that I recommend to optimize your metabolism. So, you know, you may be sitting at home more right now. You may be less active. You might still be in your pajamas and it's 4 p.m. and you've been working at home from your desk all day, feeling black. All right. That's a real word. Black is a real word, y'all. So what I recommend you do is incorporate some of these supplements to help optimize your metabolism. Number 1 is turmeric, or curcumin is the actual active ingredient in turmeric, and it's been shown to help control blood glucose levels. It also has anti-inflammatory effects, and I like to aim for about 2,000 milligrams a day. Also, if you can find one with black pepper, that's been shown to help the absorption of the curcumin in your body as well. So not only can it decrease inflammation in your body, it can actually help control blood glucose levels, which is another really important thing with our metabolic health. Now, another supplement I love is tart cherry extract. It can help with muscle soreness as well as reduced leptin. So it can reduce leptin in the body and IL-6, which is an inflammatory marker. So I like to aim for 1,200 milligrams per day of tart cherry extract. You can drink the juice, but I prefer not to get all those sugar calories, so I take it in a supplement form, a pill. Cinnamon is another great supplement. Now, obviously, you're probably used to eating cinnamon and putting it on your food, but it's been shown to improve insulin resistance and decrease fasting blood glucose. You can add it to oatmeal, marinades, smoothies, baked goods. So aim for around 1 teaspoon per day. It's hard to eat more cinnamon than 1 teaspoon. It's pretty strong. Let's be real. Anybody ever tried the cinnamon challenge? I have not. Now, green tea extract, or the active component is EGCG, has been shown to exert anti-obesity and anti-inflammatory effects in the body. It can help decrease your BMI, your cholesterol, your LDL cholesterol, and I recommend aiming for 800 to 1,000 milligrams per day. You could also drink green tea, but I like to take supplements because I know I'm getting a concentrated form and I can measure it. And then I like to avoid the caffeine in green tea as well. And we talked about melatonin already, but it's also been shown to improve body weight reduction and antioxidant defense. When it comes to digestion, I want to recommend a few things. So we already talked about magnesium and how much I'm a fan of that. Another thing that I love is probiotics. One of my favorite brands is Inner Eco. They make a coconut water probiotic that's amazing. I just recommend finding one that works for your budget and your digestion. I also love Fiber Smart, which includes L-glutamine, probiotics, and flax to help strengthen gut function, and you can take 2 capsules of that daily. And then ginger. So ginger is amazing for your digestion. I recommend drinking a cup of lemon ginger tea. So I like to actually use lemon ginger tea and then squeeze fresh lemon in it. It's a very brightening, energizing drink, and it's great for your gut. You can make ginger tea by steeping sliced ginger with or without the peel for 1 hour. Simply pour boiling water over the ginger and let simmer for an hour, and then you'll have a really delicious, potent ginger tea. Lastly, when it comes to supplements, I want to recommend fish oils. So I've been doing a lot of research on fish oils, and there's numerous benefits both for cardiovascular and brain health, and there continues to be emerging and ongoing research. But the current recommendations that I found from Harvard Medical School, which I respect as a resource, are 1 to 2 grams of fish oil per day. Now, you want to make sure you're getting a quality fish oil. If you go to the supplement store, you need to look at the containers and look at the nutrition labels, because you are going to find variances in the quality of the EPA and DHA concentrates in the fish oil supplements. Some of them won't even list the amount of EPA and DHA. Don't buy those, okay? Just skip right over those. You want to buy one that's listing out the EPA and DHA content within the supplement. And Harvard Medical School recommends that you get at least 60% EPA to DHA. So you need to look for a higher concentration of EPA to DHA in the supplement. And then you need to look at the total amount. So it may say that it's 1,000 milligrams, but you have to take 3 capsules to get 1,000. Or it may say it's 2,000, but you have to take 4 capsules. So I recommend trying to find a supplement where 1 capsule is 1,000 milligrams and you're getting like 600 to 700 milligrams of EPA and then like 200 of DHA per pill. So the one that I like to use is actually from GNC. The GNC fish oils, they're the best ones that I found, and they're enteric coated, so they won't give you the fishy burps. I've been using them and I haven't had one fishy breath burp. So if that's put you off fish oils in the past, give them a go. They're really valuable for health and well-being, and I highly recommend that you take them. Okay, so that wraps up our chat on supplements. We talked about sleep. We talked about some strategies for stress. I hope this short and sweet episode helps you just continue to navigate the challenges before us. I just want to be completely transparent with you that this has honestly been one of the hardest seasons of my life. I've had my own struggles with mental health this year, which I'm sure I will talk about at some point with all of you, but I'm not quite ready to talk about it. But it kind of makes me emotional to bring it up because I do share so much of myself with all of you. And some of you I've never even met, and you find my podcast and you listen to it. It means like so much to me. But just know, like, we're going to get through this together, okay? Like, I'm not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. We're going to face these challenges before us together. And just know, like, if I can do anything to support you, please send me a message on Instagram. So it's not under the positive thread. It's at Heather McConaughey on Instagram. Send me a message. Would love to connect with you. Thank you for listening. I love you, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. If you found this valuable, please take a screenshot of the episode, upload it to your Instagram stories, and tag me at Heather McConaughey with your takeaway. Also, if you love the podcast, please subscribe, rate the podcast and leave a review. I read all the reviews and they mean so much to me. New episodes drop every 2 weeks on Sunday, and I can't wait to get to know you better and share more life-affirming wellness, business, and mindset tips with you. Talk to you in 2 weeks.